you know, a lot of people have a name for that when you get in, you know, state is overused quite a bit, but like, I remember Paul would say, this guy, I'm in my mojo, where you're got a couple wins in a row. You're like walking on, you know, you're walking on air at that point. It's a wonderful state. I think we can all we've all experienced it. You could call it whatever you want, swag factor, and you're just impenetrable. I mean, it doesn't matter. Girls can sense it. They're giving you more looks. It's a great place to be.
It's like the more time I was spending with like Scotty today, we're hanging out, of course, like discussing, making plans. As time went on, like we're doing our work, we're doing our sets, we're doing our hustle, the grind. As that went by, everything became more and more effortless. Like I just turned to my side, get into a conversation, ends up having a number. That's the process of doing this. And like we just experienced today, doing this, having the opportunity to really spend a day, really spend some time, a couple days. The brain is going to be changed for the rest of your life. This shit goes into your nervous system, man. It imprints into your psyche. And
this may be a hot take, but we mentioned it off air about how I personally think just walking up and making the approach is 70% of the equation. Like, I really do. If you have social freedom, that in itself, and the balls to walk up into any girl, 9s, 10s, girls with boyfriends, the complete social freedom, that is 70% of the game. And even if your game is sloppy and you happen to be the dude who walked up to the girl that day and fucking had the balls to make a move and try to escalate and get her number, you're gonna leapfrog a lot of dudes in her DMs. You know what I mean? So that may be a hot take, but it's 70% of the game. And just even fucking walking up and having the social freedom to approach any set, right? Because I've had plenty of opportunities. I'm sure we all have experience where our game was kind of sloppy, but we just got in fucking set and we just riffed and raffed and ended up with the girl's number. Next thing you know, you end up sleeping with this girl. It wasn't even like the smooth game, or everybody thinks that you have to be this ultra smooth game and it's got to be this and you have technical issues. If you are in there, it opens the door to so many possibilities. The girl might be physically attracted to you right off the bat and say, I fucking like this guy. You know, courage is an extremely attractive trait. And girls respect you fucking walking up to her and having the balls to give a compliment and to introduce yourself as a stranger. That shit, like he said, is like registered in their nervous system. That is an attraction trigger that you're hitting right there. You don't have to have the smoothest fucking game or the most technical game. As long as you have the ability, the balls to walk up to any fucking stranger, you're way ahead of the curve. That is 70% of the game. Trust me.
These are the things that I'm working on still. Yeah, and I do this. Yeah, so it's something I'm fully committed to. You guys know the story. You guys know the angle that I'm coming at it. And these are the layers that I've learned and that made me a more effective human being. Like that, how powerful that is. The directness, the presence, the groundedness. There was looks, expressions, like just a fire in the eyes when I'd be speaking to women that I never saw before, when I was very timid, very passive, and really didn't have the level of social confidence and freedom that I have now. Prior to that, like, I couldn't experience those things. I wasn't able to like really make those sorts of experiences happen. It's something that you have to do in person. You have to come, spend time, like, have to like see these things. If you don't see it, you have no concept for it, right? And I mean, I'm just riffing, and while I'm riffing, Scotty's approaching, really living it, man, really living it.
It's a lifestyle, dude, and I'm telling you, it's a permanent fix. If you really take this to an extreme level, the pendulum will come back to about here, and you'll never really have to go back to square one ever again.
And like one thing I will also say, as you can see when Scotty's approaching women, they like it. Many of them have a smile on their face. They're enjoying it. He's very calibrated. Like, you have to see this in person. You have to really see it. Like for him, it's like riding a bike. It's natural. You know, once he's warmed up, he's flowing, and you can tell that just really lived it, and he's genuinely got to an excellent level with it. Whereas, you know, I know for myself, like when I'm flowing and it's good, I get to feel these things too. But like the experience of being here and doing it with this volume, this is the real game changer. I couldn't find this volume in Europe, I couldn't find it in Poland, I couldn't find it in Hungary. That's why we're doing this here. You get the volume, you get the permanent brain change. And there's no, sorry man, there's no substitute for what this environment can create. Hence why we're trying to make this experience something that we run out of here. We may look at other locations, but right now we have a perfect training ground to facilitate these changes in you. All right.
Peace out.